The police strategy in downtown Ottawa is unlike anything seen in recent memory for other large-scale protests, as authorities started with a slow and coordinated effort to push demonstrators out. The operation by law enforcement and tactical teams from multiple jurisdictions had been largely peaceful, though police are equipped with tear gas and a range of other law enforcement tools in their bid to remove the encampment. Police say over 100 people are now in custody, including Pat King, a prominent organizer with the demonstrations. With honking trucks, disruptive occupations, and border blockades,
make Canada free again!
Traitors! We're gonna win!
I'm out here because I've been hurt so much by these mandates that I can't take it anymore.
The mandates are still here, so I'm not going.
I genuinely understand the frustration. Everyone in this country has to make sacrifices to keep ourselves safe, to keep everyone else safe. We're Canadian. We're not just a country of individuals.
Walk around with your tailgate party and your goddamn nonsense. Nobody cares.
Protesters spent weeks pushing back against Canada's COVID-19 restrictions.
We have been driven from the beginning on the best available science to protect people.
Vaccinations certainly have made a difference in hospitalizations. There has been a significant erosion of trust that's happened.
But did they manage to get their message across? Although most Canadians are fed up with restrictions,
there's no such thing as total freedom. Even people who choose to get unvaccinated, society pays for their hospital bills. We generally live in a society where we have to make concessions for the greater good.
Many of the tactics of these protests were off-putting, with the messaging at times extreme, and demands for immediate policy changes unrealistic. Russian-backed separatists in Ukraine are now urging hundreds of thousands of civilians to evacuate into Russia, over claims a Ukrainian attack is imminent on disputed regions. Sirens rang out over eastern Ukraine as the leaders of local pro-Russian governments told women and children to flee, and men to take up arms. About 700,000 civilians are now reportedly headed to the border with Russia.
Russia has a choice between war and all the suffering it will bring, or diplomacy that will make a future safer for everyone. As of this moment, I'm convinced he's made the decision. We have reason to believe that.
It was a 4-medal day for Canada on Friday at the Beijing Olympics as Canadian athletes took home 2 silvers and 2 bronze. The medals bring Canada's total to 24. Cassie Sharp and Rachel Carker took 2 of the 3 spots on the podium for the women's freeski halfpipe, winning a silver and bronze respectively. It was also a bit of redemption for speed skater Laurent Dubreuil, who, after being unable to make the podium in the 500 meters, came out ahead in the 1,000 meters with a silver medal, only 0.40 seconds shy of the gold. Plus, while they didn't make the gold medal game, the men's curling team led by Brad Gushu made sure Canada still walked home with a bronze medal after besting the US. Now Watan TV brings news from India after MRO. Dassault plans Rafale assembly from its DRAL plant in India. US Army notes new interest in MD-530 helos from India. Indian Navy's INS Visakhapatnam tests supersonic cruise missile, ahead President's Fleet Review 2022. Upgraded Kilo or 3 more Scorpions seems like ideal procurement amid P-75I delay. HAL's scale HAPS prototype will fly this year. IAF's Vayu Shakti 2022 near Indo-Pak border. IAF's Vayu Shakti 2022 near Indo-Pak border scheduled for March 5th. Over 1,000 companies expected at DefExpo 2022 in Gujarat.
The Rafale Aircraft Maintenance Repair and Overhaul Facility at the Dassault Reliance Aerospace Limited will be ready by end of 2022, and this new facility will cater to the existing 36 Rafale aircraft of the Indian Air Force, and also to the South Asian Rafale customers in near future. Reliance Infrastructure is the majority shareholder in the joint venture in Dassault Reliance Aerospace Limited, but Dassault is planning to seek 100% ownership before it can start plans to assemble 24 Rafale aircraft per year in India, which means that the Indian facility will match the present production capability in France. Dassault Aviation had already offered to assemble the second batch of 36 Rafale at the Indian facility, and is also ready to cater to 114 MRFA tender requirement, which will involve more localization and deeper transfer of technology. The US Army has said that it has received new and renewed interest from Kenya, India and Lebanon in the MD-530 light attack helicopter. There is a chance that India's newly formed Armed Forces Special Operations Division is seeking the MD-530, which is a multi-purpose light attack and reconnaissance helicopter, which is designed to enhance scout attack, armed escort, and close air attack capabilities. The helicopter is 9.8 meters long and 2.6 meters high, and are used for conduct rapid insertions and extractions of Special Operations Forces. It is equipped with HMP-400 pod developed by FN Herstal that features M3P machine gun that supports all types of 12.7 mm by 99 mm NATO ammunition rounds. Indian Navy's frontline destroyer INS Visakhapatnam has carried out the test firing of BrahMos supersonic cruise missile off the western seaboard today. The warship has now reached Vizag to take part in President's Fleet Review on 21st February, that will see participation of 50 naval ships and submarines and more than 50 aircraft. After Russia's pullout from the Project 75I, India will either have to redraw its request for proposal or compromise on the level of transfer of technology it had sought from foreign vendors, and whichever decision India takes, it will only contribute to further delays in the P-75I program. The Russian side has decided to withdraw from the contest, but it has offered upgraded Kilo-class submarines to India, while on the other hand, the French side has also offered 3 additional Scorpion-class submarines with major internal improvements and DRDO-developed AIP system that will use the existing facilities at Mazagan Dock Limited, which is seen as a cheaper option to boost India's underwater sea firepower. Hindustan Aeronautics and New Space Research and Technologies have completed the feasibility study of the CATS Infinity pseudo-satellite, and the first subscale prototype will fly in the third quarter of 2022. The subscale prototype will validate the technologies, after which the work on the full-scale high-altitude pseudo-satellite will begin, that will be ready for developmental trials in the next 4 years. Barely 100 kilometers from the Pakistan border, the Indian Air Force will hold the exercise Vayu Shakti 2022 on 5th March, in which 140 aircraft including 100 fighters and helicopters will participate in multiple war games to demonstrate India's firepower. The Rafale fighter jet as well as the Apache and Chinook helicopters are going to be the main attraction of the event, and India would like to send out messages of combat readiness to the two adversaries. The deal for 200 K9 Vajra howitzers and the agreement for the joint development of 110 kN jet engine with a foreign partner will be the main focus of the Defence Expo. Over 900 exhibitors have confirmed their participation for the Defence Expo 2022, that includes more than 100 foreign companies, and officials have said that the US will have the largest presence in terms of foreign exhibitors. Indo-Africa Defence Ministers' dialogue will also continue this year, as there is a greater interest from African countries, and 27 African countries have also confirmed their participation.